Now, the next component that I want to address with parallel addiction is the idea that there is a similarity in the increase in tolerance with the addict and the family members. Now, what does that mean? The addict increases their tolerance in terms of the fact that it takes more of the chemical. Or if it's gambling, it takes higher risks to give that kind of addictive high. For the addict, with the co-addict or the family member, what they do is they get more and more tolerant of aberrant behavior. So whereas the addict may have started out just by maybe abusing drugs or getting drunk maybe a couple times a week, slowly their system becomes more and more dependent and they need more and more of the substance, of the chemical. And so it takes more to get them drunk, more to get them high, and often they participate in it more often. So there's an increase in tolerance and an increase in the participation. For the co-addict, for the family member, they become more and more tolerant of the abusive abandonment and neglect that occurs in their lives. It may start out where the spouse is irritated when the partner comes home drunk. And then over time, it's like, you know, you have the fights and you make the empty threats. And the alcoholic addict makes all of the promises and the co-addict makes all the empty threats. And it just goes back and forth. Nothing changes. But the amount of time that's spent either acting out or being obsessed with the person who's acting out increases. There's more and more tolerance for aberrant behavior. So what we want to do in this video is begin to, first of all, identify that. Then begin to neutralize it so that we can reestablish some standard for what we will tolerate. Now, the addict alcoholic needs to do that in recovery. They need to do that with biochemical repair. They need to do that by getting biochemically balanced. The person who is occupied is focused on that addict. There's a biochemical component to them as well, for them as well, because they have gotten into this thing where they're producing more adrenaline based on their preoccupation. They have messed up all of their hormonal levels. So it's again, there's a similarity of symptoms here. So we're going to tap on that today. I encourage you to tap where I tap, to repeat what I say, and just see what you experience with respect to this sequence. Again, we'll set up the polarization, and then we'll move through the sequences where we neutralize the negative, introduce the possibility of change and the desire for change, and then tap in the conviction. So let's start with the karate. Even though I tolerate a lot more than I did when this all began, I want to begin to address that imbalance. So even though it's really difficult for me to even admit that it's become so intolerable, I really do want to begin to address this issue so I can begin to heal. All right, so we've set up the polarization. There's the desire to heal. There's the acknowledgement that the intolerance has increased. That now it's taking more and more of the drug, more and more of the chemical to get us high, or we have just kind of flatlined and allowed ourselves to tolerate being treated with less and less respect. All right, so now let's do the sequences again. Tap where I tap and just say the reminder phrases as I say them. I am appalled. I can't believe how much I now ingest. How much I tolerate being treated with disrespect. How did I get here? How did this get so out of control? I can't believe my whole life centers around this activity, centers around this person, centers around this addiction. I have totally lost control. All of my energy goes into getting my fix. Whether it's the chemical or the person. I am totally preoccupied. And I tolerate so much more. It used to be just once in a while. There were no consequences. But that's no longer the case. When did this get so out of hand? When did I start consuming, ingesting so much more? When did I stop respecting myself? When did I let this chemical get the best of me? When did I start letting myself be treated with such disrespect? I want to change. I am tired of this. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of feeling like crap. I'm sick and tired of this shame, of this despair. I want help. I need help. I am willing to get help. I'm willing to get help now. I want to turn this around. I can turn this around. One day at a time, I can turn this around. I need to turn this around. For me and for those I love. I so desperately want help. I need help. I am willing to get help. I will get help. I will get help today. It's okay. I can allow myself to get help. There is help. It's available 24 hours a day. I can use this new, silly technique to get me through each moment so I can stay committed to my ultimate goal. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.